Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I had a completely different topic, actually a completely different video planned for today, but in light of some recent events with NaNoWRIMO and their stance on AI, I felt like I needed to address it, especially since I had originally thought of launching my Write 50K program again this fall. Yeah, if you don't know what's going on with NaNoWRIMO and what's happened there, we'll get into that. But I want to preface what I'm about to say with this. I was already on the fence about launching Write 50K in 30 days again this fall, and that's mostly because of our schedule with moving, selling the house, my pregnancy, and then now with this NaNoWRIMO news, it's just kind of the nail in the coffin. So if you haven't heard, NaNoWRIMO organizers recently put out a statement that it, quote, does not explicitly support any specific approach to writing, nor does it explicitly condemn any approach, including the use of AI. AI being artificial intelligence. And then later on in the article, quote, we also want to be clear in our belief that the categorical condemnation of artificial intelligence has classist and ableist undertones, and that questions around the use of AI tie to questions around privilege. It then continues to outline how NaNoWRIMO feels AI condemnation is classist, ableist, and poses general access issues. Oof. So that is a loaded statement, in my opinion. So as I always try to do, I want to understand both sides of an argument. I really want to see where, another person or another group of people, or just where they're coming from, right? What their perspective is on whatever they're talking about. And the reason I want to understand that is so that I can weigh both sides of an argument and come to a conclusion for myself that is aligned with me. As a writer who values creativity and the creative process as a whole, this one is really tough for me. Personally, I believe that using AI, using artificial intelligence, whether it's ChatGPT or OpenAI, to write an entire book defeats the purpose of what writing a book is. So in this AI policy, this article, NaNoWRIMO goes on to say that, quote, not all brains have the same abilities and not all writers function at the same level of education or proficiency in the language in which they are writing. Some brains and ability levels require outside help or accommodations to achieve certain goals. And the NaNoWRIMO organizers wrote that in the ableism section. So I can see where they're trying to come from, but they really miss the mark. Yes, as creatives, we have the right to access and use the tools that are available to us to bring our work, our stories, our art to life, but a line has to be drawn somewhere. Art is a form of human expression. And so because of that, it is sacred. How we choose to express ourselves through the written word or otherwise is unique to each and every individual. Generative text greatly diminishes the creative process as we've come to know it. Beyond that, AI has a host of other issues. Apparently, last year, a group of writers, including John Grisham, George R.R. Martin, Jodi Picoult, I hope I'm saying her last name right, sued OpenAI and sought class action status, claiming that ChatGPT copied their works without permission. And then more recently, about a month or two ago, a group of 8 news outlets, including the Chicago Tribune, Denver Post, and several other papers, filed a lawsuit in federal court claiming that OpenAI purloined millions of copyrighted news articles without permission or payment. Clearly, this is upsetting Ivy as well. As someone who has participated in NaNoWRIMO for nearly a decade, this is so disappointing on so many levels. To put it plainly, I can no longer support an organization that would put out such an outlandish blanket statement that is in and of itself ableist and classist, because it's suggesting that AI is necessary to make the works of those who fall into those categories palatable enough to be read. And so this also affects my Write 50K in 30 Days program, because while it is not affiliated with NaNoWriMo, that platform is, ironically enough, one of the major tools recommended in the program to track your writing progress and your word count. So yeah. Between this and last year's scandal with the alleged child grooming moderator in the NaNoWriMo forums, which I've only just found out about, I am officially bowing out. As something I have come to look forward to every single November, it saddens me that this is the end of my 10-year writing streak on NaNoWriMo. Nevertheless, I will continue to write and honor my creative process as I always have, which is without the use of AI. You can probably hear Ivy back there. She's getting a bit restless, but I would love to know, where do you draw the line when it comes to AI? I want to open this up for discussion, right? What are your thoughts on all of this? I'm really curious to know where my fellow writers stand on this issue. So because this has kind of thrown my video topic and everything for the week kind of for a loop, we're just going to roll with it. So that's my statement on AI and NaNoWriMo and all of that. That's where I stand on that. And so I'm actually parked in the Target parking lot just to make myself feel better, because it's just sad, you know, that NaNoWriMo is not going to be a thing that I'm doing this year or probably any year in the future. I wanted to just kind of cheer myself up and go see some Halloween. I'm kind of decked out in my orange and black, so I've got my Halloween colors on. So let's go see what kind of Halloween is going on in Target. The bluey? Yeah. Bam! Oh my gosh, it's only 83 degrees outside, but walking around in this heat with a stroller and then trying to get a baby back into her car seat should be an Olympic sport, getting the stroller all packaged up into the back. But you saw what I got at Target. They didn't have as much out yet as I had hoped. Our home goods here, sorry, the air was really loud, but I'm dying over here. The home goods, our local one, it has so much stuff, but the store itself is too small. So I get frustrated every time I go in there because I literally can't roam the aisles. Like, I'll see something that I like, but I almost have to shop the end caps or the things at the very end of the aisle because I can't fit the stroller down there. And then down the middle, because they have so much stuff, there's no walkway. They put more stuff in the middle of the aisle to create like a 2-lane situation, but it just ends up making it really inconvenient and difficult to shop. So it's frustrating because it's the only home goods over here. They really need a bigger store because the amount of stuff that they get, they have so much stuff I want to comb through, but I can't do it with a stroller. I'll have to come without her and I guess without a shopping cart. Michael's, once again, I had to restrain myself limit myself from buying too much, because I have quite the Halloween collection. I'll link one of my Halloween decorating vlogs in the cards above, so that way you can kind of see what my collection has grown into. So I try to only get a few pieces, like maybe 1 to 5 pieces that I just really, really love, where as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, I want that. So that one piece today, and it was only $13 because everything from the Ashland, I think this was the Midnight Moon collection, was 40% off. And you saw it, but it's a 2-paneled mirror with a black cat and books and a crow and a skull. And it's just so like gothic looking, and it goes perfectly with my current decor and the theme that I do every year. So yeah, Midnight Moon collection. This is Ashland's Halloween collection, and right now, like I said, they have 40% off. They did have a whole collection that was very, I think it was their Haunted Garden collection, or I can't remember the name of it, but everything was white. And it's so pretty. I feel like it just doesn't fit my aesthetic, but I really liked the way that they kind of kept things more on the gothic side. They just didn't make them as dark, and they made them white. So I feel like if I were to ever change up my theme or decided to like just go do an all white Halloween trend, like all white and black, that would definitely be where I would shop. But I'm super happy with this purchase. I love it so much, and I wanted to buy so many more things in that store, but again, just, you know, because we're likely moving soon, we don't need to be packing up more stuff. We've got enough stuff to pack as it is. That must be a good bottle. You drank it all. What are you doing? It's okay. I'll get you more as soon as we get home. Papa. Mama. How'd he get in here? So Ivy and Anubis, yeah. Ivy and Anubis have a very special relationship, don't you? Yeah? Yeah. Noob, you want to come here? Oh, sweet boy. Yeah, is that Anubis? Okay, gentle though. Gentle. Whoa, gentle. Gentle. Oh, okay. We're working on it. Look, he came to sniff you. Okay. Okay. You're such a good boy. Here you go, gentle. That was close. Oh. I think she puts her head against him because that's what he does. He comes up and nuzzles her. Yeah, I'm holding your dresses. Whoa. Which one's your favorite? You like the orange one, or you like this purple one? Which one? She's so not interested in this right now. You're just trying to get to the camera. Hello. So I've been deep in the throes of proofreading both Arcane Haven and Midnight Rain. Arcane Haven is done, ready for its release. Midnight Rain, I have about, I think, 50 or 60 more pages. That's a lie, that I might be closer to 100 pages, but we're in the final stretch. And then once these books, like once I'm done with the proofread and everything's uploaded and ready to go, ready to be published, I can finally get back to reading for leisure. And I love reading during the fall because I feel like it's just the best vibe to write, to read. It's just so cozy, and I get really in the mood to read fantasy books, books with witches and magic and like all that kind of stuff, right? I'm gonna put you down so I can show them the 4 books that I'm hoping to read this fall. So this first one has been on my list for quite some time. It is called The Black Witch by Laurie Forrest. It's a big book. It's like 640 pages. So I don't know if we're gonna attack this one first, but I've been wanting to read it. Next up is V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic. Excuse the 20% off sticker. I have not taken it off yet. I'm trying to remember what books I've read by V.E. Schwab. I've read 2 or 3 and I really like them. So I'm hoping to continue. Ivy just found a binder and is over, yep, there she goes with the binder. It's fine, it's empty, there's nothing in it. But this is another one that I'm hoping to read, along with the London Seance Society by Sarah Penner. She also wrote The Lost Apothecary, which I loved. So I'm really excited to read this. I'm thinking actually this might be my first read, just to kind of get me into the swing of reading for leisure again, because it seems a bit shorter than the other books that I just showed. And then last but not least, I keep hearing such good things about this book. It's called Night of the Witch by Sarah Rash and Beth Revis. So duo author pair here. I've seen this book floating around TikTok, and so I really want to read this one first. I don't know which one I'm going to read first. It's either going to be the London Seance Society or Night of the Witch, but I feel like I need to save this one for October. I feel like I need to save it for the month of Halloween. So these are my 4 picks for what I want to read this fall. I would love to know if you have any recommendations. Wow, that was loud. Any recommendations that are like these books, or just ones maybe that have that sort of gothic, witchy, graveyard, cemetery, dark magic, dark fantasy, that kind of a vibe. I would love any suggestions, any recommendations, because like I said, I've been in the throes of just writing, editing, proofreading for quite some time, and I'm just excited to be able to dive into a world. As much as I love my books and my characters, it'll be nice to take a break and dive into a world that I did not create, that is not my own. So that is actually going to conclude today's video. Sorry to open it up with such a bummer of a topic with NaNoWRIMO and AI and all of that, but I just felt like it needed to be addressed. I'm bummed that Write 50K is not going to be happening this year, and I don't know what it's going to look like in the future. So yeah, she is very curious right now. I want you to say bye. Don't forget that Writer's Craft 6.0 is still going on through September 10th. So it is such an awesome bundle tool for writers. My digital daily writing planner and journal, the PDF version, is included in that this year, which is exciting because normally it's a story mind mapping workshop. So a little bit different this year, but I'll leave that link in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. Okay, we'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone. Maybe this arm. Bye. You do it for mama? Say bye bye bye.